Hello, everyone. This is Seth, and I'll be doing my podcast today. And I'm joined here by Bhavya. Say hello, Bhavya.
Hey, what's up?
And today, our topic is gonna be about high school relationships and what we think about them. So, Bhavya, I'm in a relationship, right?
Currently, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been like a month and a week right now. Things are going pretty good. I'm kind of worried though, cause
Good to
like
hear. Good to hear. Okay.
there's like you've seen the statistical fact, like only it's a what, like only 1% or like 2%
Yep.
of
Something near
people
one.
dating like I own like actually end up together in the future, right?
Yep.
And like I know like this high school I go, a lot of people like are dating each other, like whether it's from the same school or a different school. Um, yeah, but I've seen like these past like because I started actually going to public school in grade 10. I'm grade 12 now, so that's like 3 years now. And all those 2 years, I saw like a lot of people get together and date, but most of them are like split now, which is where I realized that like there's only about like I'd say three high school relationships that I saw stay together from grade 10 to grade 12, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that one's pretty obvious. I feel like at first you might like someone, like in freshman year, you might like someone for who they are, but then as you change over time, so do your interests. Like along with the things you do daily, the people you talk to, things change, and I think people click way too fast when it comes to
Yeah,
relationships.
I get what you mean. Like, especially since we're teenagers, like we're currently going through puberty or already have passed puberty. But like during that time, um, a lot of people become very like needy, and like they don't know exactly what they want. So they're trying to just. A lot of people I know, they were just trying to fill up like an empty void where they didn't have anything. So like they got into a relationship, but then when they got what they wanted, they just left. So it's kind of sad seeing that. Not only that, but um, I'm noticing like, cause right now, like a lot of high school relationships, a lot of people, like whether they know it or not, like a lot of people are getting cheated on, bro. Like I don't know if you
I mean,
noticed that.
that's sort of to be expected with high schoolers.
Yeah,
When you don't know what you want and you finally have it, you kind of just wonder how to get rid of it.
yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh, I'm so important now.
yeah, it's
But
kind of sad. I do feel bad for all the people who's like ever gone through shit like that. It's
I mean,
tough.
I think anyone would feel the same way.
I guess so. Oh, but anyways, yeah, I'm currently in one right now. It's going good, but we've had me and Kaylee, like
The ups
we
and downs.
argue, we argue sometimes, and it gets really
I
bad.
mean,
Cause like how it starts
it's
is like,
expected. It's expected.
yeah, I know, which I don't know. I feel like personally, I feel like it's good that we do have arguments.
It
It's like
is.
it doesn't
It
last forever
strengthens the
anyway,
bond
but
between you. You know,
yeah,
you get like some of the differences. You know, you may not like something that she does,
yeah.
and it's good to bring it up and argue rather than just keep it hiding. You
So
know.
I'm actually, so basically what happened yesterday, it really pissed me off, but I talked to her about it and she understood. Um, we are just having an argument because every time like she does something I don't like, I keep quiet about it and I don't tell her because I feel like if I speak up about it, she's gonna get mad at me
Yeah, I get that.
or think I'm insecure or whatever. But I finally brought it up to her and I was like, yesterday I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna like hide how I feel anymore. Like we're both like in a relationship together. I feel like the best thing I can do is be honest. Like, and the reason why I don't tell her half the time that she does stuff that bothers me is because I don't want to hurt her feelings. But at the end of the day, like it's hurting
True. I
myself
mean,
too.
at the end of the day, you really are putting your own trust and like self dignity and respect on the line, especially when you're in a relationship. You know.
Yeah, like I don't want to keep acting like stuff she does is
Yeah.
okay sometimes. I feel like it's just
Keeping stuff hidden is never really the way. After all, your relationship starts on the bond of trust.
yeah, I feel like that's like the level that we're working on right now. It's just working to like trust each other and stuff like that. But Yeah, I already told her like at the beginning, like when he first started,
It's
I
good. It's
said,
good to man up and get that like get
yeah,
all of that
because
off your
again,
chest.
like the last previous one that I was in, I just let her walk over me, like all the time, like like
It happens. It happens.
yeah, just because I was afraid that
Like
she'll
someone and
leave.
you put your like all your eggs in one basket. You know.
Yeah. But
All or
now,
nothing.
I even told her like when we first got together, I was like, hey, just to let you know, like our like relationship together, it's not gonna be something that's easy. And I think that's like what a lot of
Wait,
high
why
school
would you
is.
say that though?
Cause I feel
What
like
was your
it's
thought
good to
process
get
behind
out
it?
of the way. No, cause listen, cause like a lot of people who get into relationships in high school, they think it's all gonna be easy, and they think like, oh, we're in a relationship, therefore everything's gonna be perfect. I have someone
That
that
is
loves me,
very
I
true.
love someone, but what they don't understand is like there's a lot of ups and downs that come with it. Like you're gonna fight a lot. You're gonna have days where you don't even want to talk to your significant other. And I told her that at the very beginning. I'm like, there's gonna be some times where like it's rough, but I told her I'm still gonna be here even like if I really like don't want to or if I really fucking hate you. Something like that.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people think it's just smooth sailing from start to finish. It's just like no, you're gonna have disagreements. You know, you have differences between you to begin with.
Yeah. A lot of
I
people
feel like people just aren't educated really. They're
yeah.
so used to seeing the good parts rather than the bad parts.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's like people a lot of kids like even my age, like and I'm like 17, I'm graduating this year. They're not like mature enough. Like they don't understand everything that comes in a relationship. Like all the baggage and everything that you have to watch out for.
Through the
Like
mental baggage, sometimes like the physical pain.
yeah. I mean with every
I
I
feel
feel
like if
like
people were more educated on it, it would be an easier topic to like even talk about. Because
yeah,
I
but
know many are just not willing to speak on it.
I mean a lot of people they're not educated, but like it's kind of like they because a lot of relationships I know like they didn't expect to happen, right? They just found someone that they really liked, started talking, and then now they're
Yep.
together.
And they just click. Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like that's just the beauty of it. And you like, you know, when that first click happens, you're just in love pretty much.
basically,
It's
that's what
pretty
happened.
blindsiding.
It really is because that's what happened to me. Because I was like, when she first like hit me up, I was like, I didn't expect anything out of it. It's always those
Very
times
true.
when you don't expect anything to happen. It just before you know it, oh
And then
wait,
everything
wait,
happens.
it
Like it kind
happens,
of
yeah.
happens.
But
It's
then I
very
also,
unexpected, you know, when you
mhm.
hold that person to a really high standard and something negative happens. Everything kind of just comes crashing.
Yeah, I think that's it's also important thing when you are in a relationship. It's like you need to really know the person because if you don't, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna create like a false view on them. You know what I mean? Like you,
Like
like
honestly,
you can't expect everything from someone because at the end of the day, like as much as I hate to admit it, like people are gonna disappoint you, like whether you like it or not. And I think like everyone can't have super high expectations because sometimes like you just gotta expect the worst to happen.
very true. I mean, sometimes the only the worst can happen, you know. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
just in that situation where nothing can. You just gotta let go.
yeah. I mean, like, I do feel good for all the people who are still with, like, you know, the people they
Well, that's to
started
be
dating.
expected. 'Cause, you know, they're keeping you afloat, like whether it's now or it was in the past. You live and you learn.
I saw this thing, and I'm a lot of girls saying apparently it's true, but like, it's like apparently like during the relationship, girls lose feelings halfway, but then they still stick with you because they come back. The
They,
feelings come
yeah,
back.
that's
when
when they feel better.
when I read that, I was like, holy. When I read that, I was like, whoa. I got kind of scared though, because I was like, is that gonna happen to
I
like
feel like
me?
it's the same for both genders. You know, people would change, especially in like high school.
Yeah. I mean, well,
I feel like we said this before, but like people do change, and sometimes it just happens really quick. You feel like you like someone, and then you're just like
yeah,
maybe that's not what I want.
Yeah, sometimes people let their like emotions get the best of them, and that's kind of tough because like for high schools, it's like what they want now may be different from what they want in the future, and like much as people don't like
Agree
to
with
admit it,
that.
it's very true.
It's
But
very true. It's like somewhat on the same line as careers. Like you may
mm,
think you want to be like a firefighter now, but like in a couple
yeah,
years you might want to be a woodworker, and it's the same thing with relationships.
yeah,
You might like this, but
yeah.
you're just gonna like something else a couple of months later.
Yeah. What I'm doing now is like I'm just trying to be really open-minded like to everything. Like I'm trying not to like expect a lot to happen. I'm just kind of like, going with the flow because
You
um
know?
I'll be more disappointed if I set expectations and they don't come true. I'm just kind of letting what everything
Yeah, some
happens
people set their
happens.
expectations either
Yeah,
super
way too
high
high.
or a point where is it even possible to reach
Yeah.
it?
The amount of
I
like
think expectations isn't like something out of the norm. Like it's something useful to do.
yeah. The amount of
Just like
like
as a person.
the amount of people I see like as relationships who talk about like getting married
Yeah,
already like in the
it's
first
far
month.
fetched.
Yeah, I mean like I make
Far fetched to
jokes
face the reality of things, you know?
like the chances of that happening are very very low. And I make
Yeah,
jokes about it all
pretty
the time, but if I'm being realistic like I there's a chance for that happening with me, but at the same time I'm keeping my mouth up and I'm like well
I
if
feel
it
like you
if
gotta
it doesn't
just keep an
happen.
open mind to it. Just be
Yeah,
realistic. Like there's a
realistically, I don't know
zero
what's gonna
1% chance
happen.
that'll happen. But I feel like having the mindset of keeping it going as long as you and the other person want it,
Yeah, I feel like
just
it's
keep
important
it
to have a
alive.
good balance of like being hopeful in your relationship, but also like,
Being
yeah,
realistic.
being realistic. Because like it's if you're too hopeful, like you just end
If
up
you're too
a
hopeful, you
mess.
expect things that are way out of your
Hmm.
reach.
But at the same time, if you're too realistic, I don't think you're gonna have like any fun, any
Yeah,
enjoyment out
if
of
you
it.
if you're too realistic, I feel like you're just gonna start doubting everything.
Yeah, because you'll always
Yeah,
be
what if
like
this goes wrong
looking
with
at
this? Yeah,
at the bad things, you know.
you'll
But
very
yeah,
much be mostly focused on the negatives because that's what's happening. Sure,
basically.
there are good things, but when you look at the long term, it's mostly the negative that'll weigh you down. I feel like in relationships, the negatives sometimes affect people a lot more than the
That's
positives.
true, and that doesn't only go for relationships.
People
That
just
goes
can't
with
move
people in
on.
life.
Yeah, even for the smallest things, some
Like,
people just it just sticks for some reason.
like it's kind of funny. Like people in literally everything. Like people always put most of the emphasis on like the bad things that happen, and like don't see like all the good things that's happening. And that I feel like that's a big factor of life as well. Like people are so upset because they're only focusing on what's going bad, but they don't realize like all the good stuff they have.
Just blindsided by all the negatives.
Basically. Okay, well, thank you, Bhavya, for participating in our talk. I hope to see you again next
Anytime.
time. And that concludes our podcast. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.